Hey, this is Shirtless Bill with some number episode of Shirtless Bill. It's good to be back. I want to talk today about hard work. This is some of my sweat on the floor because I was standing there for a moment as I decided whether or not to make a video. And standing there, I'm dripping. And a part of that is because they're not running the AC in this gym. That's a different conversation, and that's actually a conversation. In any case, if you're not working out hard enough to be dripping sweat, then you need to question what you're doing and why. And if you're not taking that same intensity into all of the things that are important, then you need to question what you're doing and why. If you're not metaphorically or maybe physically dripping sweat in your relationships, then you're not pursuing them hard enough. If you're not metaphorically dripping sweat from your career or your company, then you're not pushing hard enough. Working out is great for working out. It's great for getting in shape. But you know the best thing it does? Is working out trains the part of you that says, I will suffer for a little bit for a long-term payoff. And that's the most important muscle you can develop. If you can develop that muscle, I will suffer a little bit for a long-term payoff. That muscle affects your relationships. It affects your finances. It affects your physical manifestation. Are you on your way to type 2 diabetes? Or are you on your way to being the best you physically you've ever been? Something to consider. But that muscle, that ability to say, I'm going to suffer for 5 minutes or 20 minutes or an hour now so that the other 23 hours of every day are great. I'm going to suffer through a difficult conversation with my wife. I'm going to suffer through a difficult counseling session with my counselor or a difficult counseling session with your wife and a counselor. Whatever it is, if you're willing to embrace the idea that that pain isn't to be avoided, that pain is to be embraced. And the reason you embrace that pain is for the payoff. Most of you, your parents made you learn to ride a bike. Some of you wanted to. But many of you, and this was true for some of my children, they didn't want to. They said, no, it hurts every time I fall. I don't want to do this. It took the responsibility of a parent to say, no, knowing how to ride a bike, that's more important. It's more important than whatever little scraped knee or, whatever happens while you're learning to ride. Your job as an adult is to continue the job of your parents. Your job as an adult is to parent yourself. It's to adult yourself. It's to say, you know what? This is difficult, but I'm going to do it anyway. It sucks to go to a session with a counselor and find out something that you've been doing that's sabotaging your relationship because it's painful, but it's awesome to find it out because then it empowers you to change it. So if you're not willing to embrace that little bit of pain for the bigger payoff, then your life is at best going to be mediocre. It'll be a little painful all the time. Working out's a great way to train the muscle. If you're not working out, get in the gym, go get involved with a community that pushes you. And it's a fantastic way with a really quick feedback loop. You can get in pretty good shape in a few months. Sometimes building a business might take years and years or a decade. Building a great relationship takes a long time, but you can see results in the gym so quickly that I think it's the best way to learn. I'll pay a little now for a big payoff later. So that's my rant of the day. Hope you enjoyed it. Take care. Shirtless Bill out.